Good evening, this is the Nerd is the Human, and welcome back to our Thrace campaign, where today we will actually finish this. He says, I've just been enjoying Thrace rather more than I ever anticipated. It's been a marvellous campaign, but of course last time we did a half of an epilogue to go and mop up some of the Greeks and southern Italy. So yes, Croton has fallen. The Bruttii are only left with Syggestica, and you can see we're a few turns on, and I decided we might as well go and knock it over. In fact, we can see we're post-Marion now. Very nice. I didn't get that message, but apparently my generals did, because presumably we're now updated as well. So hopefully we won't be eaten by dogs quite as quickly, although there are dogs to go and fulfill that job. Yes, last time we did, of course, take out the Greeks, so Termon and Pergamon both fell to us. In the meantime, I have got some reinforcements over just to make sure that we are looking pretty solid against any potential Pontic attack. There was an army in my territory a turn ago, but they seem to have wandered off, which is good news. The Seleucids are just left with this now, so hopefully Pontus will continue to be distracted by them for the foreseeable. But of course, the most important thing is Scythia. We're currently neutral, but we are getting ourselves ready. This is the army that took on Pergamon, by the way, so it's slightly less aimed towards the Scythians, but to be honest, it has 5 archers in fact, and 4 cavs, so it actually works out pretty darn well. And the army we specifically built for it, obviously this has lots of extra morale boosts from Tylis, but it also has itself plenty of archers and some javelins as well to hopefully round it off very nicely indeed. Now we are, if anything, just lacking catapults over here, so the catapult range is now underway. We did go for the +3 morale from the Ares temple, so things are coming together very nicely indeed. Now, one small issue we might have to deal with today, which isn't really part of my script but might be part of theirs, is the Scipioni over here. Now, I thought I'd just gather my army into one strong one because they were posturing last time, but we might have to go and deal with them. I thought I'd at least gather an army together. Just shove an extra archer into the back of that unit because looks like they have plenty of options. I'm not sure they can quite, well actually maybe they can just reach us. We'll see about that. Salona will absolutely be able to hold. It's pretty much the Termon army that's blended with Salona to head up north to Syggestica. And at that point, I'll just hold it, really. Maybe I'll push on. But we're going to focus, of course, on Scythia because we need some damn revenge. Not only did they stab us in the back, but of course, they stabbed Dacia in the back. We sided with them, and then they immediately pulled out and attacked us instead, which was kind of double treachery as far as I'm concerned. So the perfidious Scythians need to be slaughtered. As we end our turn, we have plenty of buildings underway, and of course over here in Rhodes we just need to keep an eye out on the future because one day the Egyptians will come and attack. There are some Scipioni around right now as well, so whilst I am mainly using these guys as scouts, we might well need to do a little bit of clearing the sea in the meantime. It looks like quite a strangely strong strength to that particular boat. Okay, we'll clear them out. We just need to make sure we've established control out here, and we'll just leave one of them as a bit of a scout to give us a turn warning, but would like to make sure I've got myself some good training facilities. I do have a couple young generals actually heading down to the port of Tomzantium. They can head over to Pergamum and to Halicarnassus to make sure we have men in the region, which is excellent. As for the Scythians, oh, this is just lovely. I'm going to attack neutral faction. Thank you very much, sir. Alliance in tatters. I don't know which alliance that was. Who have I backstabbed? Gaul. Oh, sod Gaul. Sod them royally. So Prolysium is also going to go under siege at the same turn. That is excellent. Just grab one more ram because why ever not? They do have this army that was kind of posturing towards me anyway, so I don't feel quite as bad about it. But we should just bear in mind that Tylis isn't its most defended right now. Although with stone walls, javelins and some archers and phalanx, I'm sure it can probably cope if they decide to come on in. We can always muster some reinforcements should we need to. Plenty of mercs available in the region, assuming they don't hire them first. Thrace and Scythia at war, as it should be. The perfidious dogs. Now the Scipioni have arrived into the field. That is a hilarious army. Oh dear. Okay. You know what? I'm kind of happy if they want to try and attack the city. That would be kind of amusing. This actually isn't the best force to take that on in some ways. You know what? I'm going to send some. I'm going to send this army back here actually. Why not? Let's just send them into this pass. See if they want to come and do it. Why not? I'll send some of these guys over in this direction actually. Grab a couple phalanxes for the wall. In fact, to be honest, this army can just head over in this direction. Maybe aside from these two units, we can just jump on in. I will send those archers as well, just to make sure they've got a little bit more. But the rest of them, yeah, just jump on into the city. Hopefully I'm just going to get bribed. I have had a few of my units being bribed by Romans in the last few turns. But yes, we're one turn away from the large stone wall. By all means, guys, go and attack it. I'm hoping that they want to make a stupid decision. That would be quite amusing. So we could probably do a more cav if we're going to deal with that. And actually, we do have some cav here. That's kind of the point of it, actually. So we'll grab those guys, swing them on over. This is probably my stronger fleet, by the way, when I'm trying to get rid of some of these guys. But obviously, around the Roman territories, we're going to struggle to do that. I will send them this way. I'd rather just make sure we've got our Greek Aegean side of the sea under control. They should get to experience from there. So we'll continue to get all of... Yeah, just get a pile of boats out. Because, to be honest, they can destroy your economy quite quickly if they are attacking your boats and... sorry, they're attacking your ports, I probably should say, rather than boats. Anyway, we are hopefully looking strong. I don't know where that full stack army is. I assume it's in this patch of blindness right now. I do have a spy, so I'm probably go find out. They seem to have disappeared completely out of sight. Interesting. I appear to have lost them. Nonetheless, no problem. Sergestica will also get itself under siege. Just a few of the Illyrians there, which can be pretty useful actually, so hopefully they don't hire them up. Anyway, lots of sieges underway. Hopefully no one thinks that we are the warmongers, but oh well, we'll see how it goes on the end turn. Hilariously, the Bruttii are actually going to poke us out in the field, which seems like a hilariously bad decision, because I should just be able to stroll straight on in. So Auxilia, they've clearly, yeah, had a fair few turns of it. I think we saw the Praetorians on the list at Croton last time, albeit we hadn't actually seen them build any of those units until now. So let's bear in mind, these are now late Roman faction leaders, which are absolutely brutal if we're not careful. So this is why on the Thracian campaign you really want to push this way fairly quickly. This is about as late as you want to get it, because you can see I can now smash into Rome before they've built up these guys. And for now, they're stuck on Auxilia, which isn't going to do them all that much good, to be honest. I think we'll be fine with that. Being in the wars and in the pink is a very good combination, especially with a bit of physician. It's lovely to have on your army. But yeah, pretty much nothing too noteworthy. He's Drill Master. That is noteworthy. But he does have some other things in the pink as well. So he might be personally harder to kill, but his men might well be a bit low on morale. Okay, excellent stuff. Let's hit on him. Let's clear out some Bruttii. These Auxilia are going to get shredded by my pikes, to be honest, but probably should make sure I get some shots onto this general, if at all possible. So you guys turn your attention to him. Where's the other one? Over there. These lads need to not be doing quite what they're doing. I don't mind you wandering a little bit over there to get closer, but that's not the ideal scenario. Right, those two shooting at him. They are getting very close on this flank here. So we'll just go and get our Falxmen over there. That will be marvellous. A few javelins in at them wouldn't be awful either, by the way. So get yourself onto Warcry. Militia Cav, get yourself into them. And you into them. Let's get these two Militia Cav off skirmish and into throw your javelins. Okay, let's just get these Falxmen into this position. To be honest, General, are you okay? I think we're okay on this side. Falxmen also just need to get into loose. Okay, General is going to throw himself through those guys. I need to just Warcry, throw myself into all of that. Militia Cav, you can skirmish, but you just need to get yourself into position. Right, the Falxmen have indeed pushed him away. which is excellent because their infantry is getting shredded. Right, we're just going to get the Falksmen into that position. And these two guys need to go and assassinate this guy now at this point. In fact, just run through him if at all possible. I will send my general out there. He's got a little bit more health than he used to. Most of this is now melting like the proverbial cheese. And for some reason they're uncontabian. Don't need to be uncontabian. Just get yourselves out of there. Okay. Problem is we're all just a little bit too phalanxy for this particular battle, aren't we? So we need to just mop up this guy and get everyone swinging across the other side. Because I don't really have enough Falksmen right now to do this. Right, General, there we are. He's now routing. He should get caught. He is very much caught. There we are. Falksmen once again doing their job. And I don't really want to get caught up with these guys, but I do need to just fly across the front of their force. Get my General over there. There, he's melting as well. Perfect. Perfect. Archers. All of the archers. Get yourselves running forward and we can start shooting. Right, good work. Good work indeed. In fact, General, just get forward and mop him up. My guys are routing from the one unit they bounced into. Excellent. Brilliant work. It just looks like you completely won, but no. No, they decided to fall apart. Well done. Principes. Let's just charge the General in. Blow the horn of destiny. And we've at least mopped up those guys. That's good. Okay, archers will hopefully do their work now. We'll also make Auxilia over there. What is this General doing? He's getting themselves killed gradually. Falksman, you run into that position. General, hopefully... Oh, don't run into light. Actually, General, maybe not into the light Auxilia. Not the best idea. We'll go get the archers to shoot them down in a moment. Yeah. Okay, mostly... Was that? There we are. That's the enemy, General. Not as. All is good. Stop panicking. Okay, we do want to try and mop up as many as we can, but we just need to be careful with General not dying here, really. So we'll use these Falksmen as much as possible, but we just want to make sure he's here to mop them up where we need to. Victory is officially ours. Pursue, pursue, pursue. Hack them down. Okay, I think we should clear enough of this force off the map here where we'll be absolutely fine and dandy like lemon shandy. And indeed, that is what shandy is, so that does make perfect sense. Okay, a few too many hoplites, really, to actually mop up on this particular occasion, but all is fine. They were never going to make a single dent into that force, but obviously could have just done with a tiny bit different balance in order to deal with them, but we did a good job against the Romans. Even to be fair, these hoplites who got charged by armoured Romans still did a good enough job once they were supported by some Falks. So the Falksmen still ripping Romans apart post-Marion. Surprisingly, we didn't technically take Illyria there. By the way, warning for music about to jump back in because it's eerily silent right now. Still in the end turn. The Scythians want to take us on in the field. I suppose there we go. There's the music. They want to take us on the field. They have plenty of experience on these guys, don't they? That could be interesting. Now, how is this going to go? They have themselves some good axemen, but they won't do anything against my pikes. I need to see how this goes. This is an interesting test, really, of how these armies do. A few reinforcements that we can't see. Let's head on in. In we go to battle then, an open field against the Scythians. So, pikes ahoy, of course, but plenty of archers out at the front as well. So, let's see how this goes. Horse archers will, of course, be able to take a good pop at us, but they don't have the high-level horse archers. They just are the basic lads, albeit basic lads with experience. Doesn't mean they don't have the range that they might otherwise have. Axemen will prevent me from simply standing in front and having a shooting contest, but this could be intriguing. I do have some Falksmen hiding in the trees here. Don't know how effective those 4 trees really should be, but they're pretty darn effective as far as I can tell, so we're going to stick with it. Scythian horse archers, particularly, they're the Scythian mercenaries. Yeah, particularly hard to hit those guys when they're in range. So, actually, aim for them because we can always try and pounce on the other ones. So we'll get shooting these guys down. They're just going to charge us. Seems a little bit mad. Looks like they are, so skirmish will activate, but are they just going to keep on running? Very, very strange. No, we've held our nerve. for a moment, but there's a charge over there. Bizarre, and they've routed it immediately. Okay, maybe we should take the queue off of that unit then and just get everyone behind the line, because apparently they don't want to get charged by the horse archers. Okay, these guys are, these two guys even, should be war crying and just running straight on in. Ah, we've terrified them. Okay. Why did you stop? You're about to hit the unit. For Pete's sake. Okay, we got a couple of the archers running away, which is a bit unfortunate. I was hoping we'd do a good bit of, you know, fighting, actually, to be honest, guys. You know, shooting them down. So, Falksmen doing some falxing, which is always welcome. Lovely stuff. Barbarian cavalry are routing. These guys are routing. Warhounds over here. Maybe we should get back into some kind of position, lads. This is interesting and not quite how I imagine this going so far. They've routed once again. All missiles. Oh, just these guys. Yeah, shoot them if you can. This is just bizarre. As ever, Scythia are bizarre to take on. So, archers, take on those. They're just going to get caught. One horse got caught. I mean, they're routing the second that these Falksmen lick them. Excellent stuff. Right, well, I better get these guys back behind the lines at this point, because they should be getting shot to ribbons. Indeed, I think they are at this point. So, interesting. Right, they put the archers in front of the line in future, because they will still just charge. I wasn't really expecting them to do it, but they, yeah, shown that they might, given the opportunity. So let's just send this guy slowly walking forward, just to confuse them a little bit. Yeah, that seems to confuse them. Okay, that's fine. You get back into position. What are you doing, Sir Barbarian Cav? Now, I obviously do have my own. I know Militia Cav can do a very, very good job if I need them to in this kind of battle. So I'm going to get these guys out to this flank and see what we can do with them. We'll keep the archers back for now. Interesting. Very interesting. At this stage, they are, for some reason, running their cavalry into my pikes, which is kind of very confusing to me, to be honest. Very confusing indeed. Okay, we have ourselves Scythian nobles over there. Okay, that could be interesting. Let's not get too close to them. At the very least, let's pull them into this. Okay, Scythian nobles are probably going to demolish them with a charge. They did indeed. That's unfortunate. I was hoping one unit might take the brunt of the other, but we will try and get around them. That's a general and a very strong unit at that, but hopefully sheer numbers will help do the job here. A few javelins coming in, some pikes slowly walking in support, and that's about all we can do with them. This is not going how it should go. We've got rout a little bit, but it's only one for now. Now they're routed. Good. Down he goes. Okay. Killed. Okay, well, generally what we've seen from playing this in the past, my general instruction for playing against the Scythian forces is to simply outdo them with these javelin cav. But what we're currently finding is that, yeah, this mixture of army isn't quite working out either. It's a little bit inefficient right now. So you get yourselves back here. Let's get our archers back behind the line. The Cretians are chill because they spent the entire time behind the line. Let's get back to our general plan, which is smother them with javelin cav. Perfect. Let's just deal with these two out on this flank. The rest of them are doing all sorts of nonsense that I don't really know what it is. Warhounds are over there. Enemy general's running away. I don't even know what's happening. In numbers terms, we're probably doing fine. It's just not quite the battle I envisaged. This is interesting. Now, how many more infantrymen do they have? They have some axemen, some archers, some chosen archers. Yes, it's mostly the infantries who are still here. So let's just get ours moving forward like this, actually. You just walk into them. Yeah, they don't like that, do they? Archers, 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 archers. Get yourself into a similar position. Maybe just run over there. These guys have got their job done, so maybe go mop up those axemen. And the general can likewise kind of get into a position somewhere near where the archers are running to. But I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Who knows? Apparently another general's gone down. I don't know how many they seem to have, unless one of mine's dead as well. Seems like I've seen a lot of those messages. Just slowly walk our pikes toward them at this point and just hope that somehow does something useful. general is running off over here against the Scythians, which is interesting. But we'll just see how it goes. It might work. Probably won't. We'll see about that. We might just catch one of them here. Perfect. Pull him into them. Oh, and he broke immediately like an absolute fool. Right, well, get you back over to the battle. This is so strange, this affair. And we do at least have some chosen archers running into pikes, which is exactly what I want to see. Let's, there are some dogs, apparently, running after us. Not really sure when that happened, but they are routing, so hopefully they won't actually be eating us. Hopefully we can just mop up the Scythian nobles. Are they noble archers? Scythian noble archers. We do not want to be anywhere near those dogs, laddies. Get away from the dogs. Oh no. There we go. Okay, get on top of these guys. No idea what's happening at the moment. The general is doing something. Looks like we're fine. See, look, they're supposed to be routing, but the dogs are actually coming after us. You can see that right there. Cheating. Cheating fools, a lot of them. Either way, messy, as always with Scythia, but job largely done. Good. And I think we're going to mop up most of them as well. Just make sure this part of the battlefield's done, but I think in general, we should have victory. We officially have victory now. Praise the gods. For we have at least managed to get on top of these guys. There's a few more need to go down here. A few more horse archers who really don't want to have to deal with, if at all possible. But we seem to... Oh, there we are. We've got on top of them. If I can ever click on them, we might actually manage to kill a few. Okay, last few are over here. Dealt with nicely. This has been a bloody massacre. 42% to 95. Yeah. Okay, so this mixed army maybe needs a bit of work, but I think we've done the job at least here today. It is a clear victory. It's pretty even on the kill front, actually. -2 experience of the Falksmen. Poor Falksmen. They actually did a fairly good job by and large, but yeah, no shield, no armour, just getting picked off by arrows and then charged by Noble Cav. That's not where they want to be. And we do have the option to burn down our own people. I guess, you know, they did fail, so we'll burn them all down. Unfortunately, our good fleet's about to be... No, just made it through there. And there are some... A good boat got killed by pirates. We're supposed to just be going blockading the Scythians. Right, well, we got the Campus Getae back, which is lovely. It's taken another pretty bloody affair to actually complete the job. But, okay, we'll go mop up those guys before too long. Construction report. Athens has a councillor's chamber. Straight away build dockyards. Halicarnassus has built a new temple. Build another temple. Oh, it looks like... I was going to say it looks like they're going to go, but no, they've bought every single one of those mercs that exist, including some Mycretians. You utter evil scum. Gyrus, the main factionaire, has 9 experience. Oh, he's a Scythe Chariot. Oh dear, I've still left the Seleucid generals as Scythe Chariots from the Chariot-only campaign. That's excellent news. So that makes them flimsy but kind of brutal. 9 experienced chariots are great fun. Pergamum build some mines. Why not? We probably should be building some military infrastructure there, but Termon just needs to wait until it can actually, you know, grow because it's way too small. And I think other than that, we look pretty good, don't we? Tarentum has now built its huge wall. Lovely stuff. So it looks like they are coming for us. To be honest, doesn't it? It does awfully look that way. And we can't actually retreat these guys anywhere, so you might end up getting stuck in a field battle. So I might have to go and mop those guys up, which wasn't really the idea, but there we are. Let's just deal with the Romans, and to be honest at this point, I'll happily auto-resolve, he says, as we lose way too many people. We'll enslave because it's not too bad in terms of its... well, yeah, I was going to say it's not too bad in terms of population or in terms of its happiness, but that didn't really change very much. Okay, well, that's fine. Bruttii have been destroyed. Excellent news all around. And we have some of their rebels. Annoyingly, they did a huge amount of damage for no good reason there. But, you know, job is done. So, we will, as much as possible, try and merge these together. But I don't want to lose any of these units. So it's a little bit irritating. Okay, so we can send some of these back down south. and we'll have to get them retrained somewhere, but it's not going to be there. As for Scythian itself, we can at least retrain some of those units, the Cav and the Falksman in particular. That's easily done, that's fine. We'll get one more of those Cav. In terms of temples, we have Julii, which will do for now in terms of growing the settlement. We are building the road because I was anticipating needing to supply the area with more of my men. Now, the Julii are pushing quite far by the looks of it. I need to get some updated map information from them, but they did bribe my diplomats, so I don't know what's going on at this point. Excellent. Tom Xantium has a Quinquereme, which is quite good timing because we do need to get a couple young lads over to this part of the world. So, over in Pergamon, we have 2 men over here. This guy is probably more likely to be needed, and he's got a little bit better in terms of his stats. So we'll do that. And you, sir, can go to Halicarnassus. It won't actually let you dump it in, but there we are. We'll just dump him at the side. That way we at least have a half stack in there with General. We can always hire up some mercs if the Seleucids don't ever use them all up. Rhodes has grown, which is excellent news. Mostly... well, I was going to say mostly building boats, but actually mostly we're building a lot of things everywhere. So we'll just have to see about that. But yes, a bit of mopping up to do in the sea. And looks like I might have to get moving with the Scipioni because they're going to be a problem and get in the way of all of my Scythian fun. If indeed that is what I want to be doing. So, summations. Quite like to hire up some of them. Okay, they have quite a lot of archers here. Enough to counter our archers, which could be rather irritating, but you know what, I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to mop up these forces in the field and try and deal with some of the boats, spend some of my little money that I have left remaining, and then maybe we'll head into battle against Scipioni. Well, it's a new turn, and the first order of business is presumably just to head on up to the next Scythian town. Bit of a strange battle last time. We'll see if this is any different. Scythian noble archers, they've got some summation mercenaries, they've got chosen archer warband. Oh, this could be intriguing. Well, we'll see about all of that in a moment. A couple more archers might not be the worst thing in the world, just to shower them with more missiles. Actually, I do have plenty of those down south, and actually with this now secure border, we probably should just be sending our auxiliaries up in that direction. These guys, some experienced lads from earlier affairs, can get into there. Prolysium under siege, as long as there's no one coming in, that's fine by me. Dacia are my allies. I thought I saw they weren't earlier in the day, but hey ho, apparently they are, so that's good. Elsewhere, yes, the Scipios have come over here to besiege the town. No actual attempts to crack down the door yet. That's fine. I'll continue to mop up some of their forces. Don't think we need to see every one of these mopping up battles, but they do have some modern archers coming in. You need to start to be careful, or, you know, get moving more to the point, because if they start getting into some of their later troops, we could have a few more problems. But we are moving in the direction we want to, and this is still, Pontus are starting to get their doom stacks out, so at least I'm in a good position in that part of the world. We'll continue to push their boats back into the deep abyss. Thank you very much. And with all of that done, hopefully I'm going to feel a lot more confident moving into Italy. Important news, we have ourselves a catapult range over in Tylis, so now we are getting ourselves a couple onagers to help with the Scythian fights. And on that note, by the way, Campus City, we've just managed to get a couple extra archers to join the fray. We might just just make sure we are as ready for that as we can be. I'll build a couple extra rams for no particular reason. 2 turns at Prolysium. We'll continue to siege those guys out. We are attempting to get as many peasants as we can over into Scythica to make sure that this can grow, get itself a wall, and hopefully be in a good position to deal with the Julii. Now, they're not looking too strong actually, so it's probably well worth me gathering up some of my forces here. I am just trying to send some of these peasants off as well, because actually Salona doesn't need the population as much anymore. It's not quite as much on the front line. So I'm going to see what we can do here with the Salona force. Okay, that's a decent-ish army. We might be able to bring them together with Scythica head on to the Julii. I need to be wary because they are on the Aquincum side as well. So we'll gather up a force, 1 full stack to stay here, 1 to just poke at Batavium, see what we can do. I've had a series of battles with the Scipione. I haven't shown them, in part because it crashed at least a couple times, and it judded so badly the 3rd time that, yeah, it's not really showable footage. The Factionaire, by the way, Baiser the Conqueror, was over here, of course. He actually died peacefully after victory against the Scipione. So he died peacefully. In a follow-up battle, we did get ourselves a man of the hour to help us, thankfully, because we're going to need some of this kind of nonsense. So a little bit of a mix-up with the Tarentum. Retraining means that we now have ourselves a pretty solid full stack here to continue pushing against these guys. So unless it's a particularly interesting battle, I won't continue to show too much of the Scipione. We're going to focus on the Scythians, but I will just get myself over in this direction just to kind of posture myself. But we will probably need these guys to reinforce. We'll continue to, yeah, send what I can over in this direction. Yeah, Creton's not especially happy. Might just send this chappie over there instead. That will just neutralise all of that problem. So yes, we are going to slowly push against the Romans, but that won't be the focus of the general footage of this. This epilogue is about getting revenge on these bastards, of course. 1 turn from surrender, and the Scythians have managed to get some reinforcements over towards Paralysium. So out in the field we go, and okay, a few of the mercenary archers, but to be honest, it's not a massive pack of them. I did myself 5 of my archers, 4 of them with the silver bows, so I think that should be perfectly fine. Don't know what the reinforcements are anymore, which is a bit strange because I definitely did know what they were about a minute ago. However, I think we'll be okay with this. We'll ignore the reinforcements for as long as possible. We'll push ourselves forwards against these guys and deal with those other lads later. Let's head on in. Immediately we are going to get ourselves moving straight towards this army here, the one that's come to save the city, and plenty of our missiles in them. We should have more missiles than them, to be honest. Might just make sure we are aiming our missiles at their missiles where possible. So let's just make sure we're picking them off if we can. Looks like we're not actually quite in range over here, so just got to move these forward a tiny bit, which I don't necessarily love, but we're going to have to. Plenty of men getting shot down, just to butter up the general a little bit. Not the worst idea, just to walk slowly towards the enemy in vague formation. In formation. There we go, that's got them moving. We've seen that before. Okay, so lovely stuff. Get these guys onto angry mode, and it looks like that's going to be done. Those guys can just run into them. Excellent. Archers should just be shooting at anything they can find a shot at. What do I need? In the centre here are the generals breaking. Okay, I was just about to send my generals into this to clear it off, but no, looks like we're fine. Okay, they've already used all their ammo, which is a shame. I wouldn't mind leaving that for the next battle, but oh well, it's fine. Generals, plough on into them. That's absolutely fine. I'm just going to send... don't want to send these guys off in that direction. I'm not sure I do, to be honest. It's fine. We'll let the general do some mopping up here. Just swing into them. That'll be perfect. Okay, yeah, Militia Cav, just do your normal thing and mop them up. I'm going to get all of my hoplites. Got a hoplite and turn around. Now, we do actually have an excellent position here, if we can just run here in time. Just to get my phalanxes just over the peak, actually. Just over the peak. And then our archers can be shooting down beautifully. That is kind of the plan. Something like that. We'll get ourselves chasing them down and reorganise. There are a few left to kill, but I think as long as the militia cav are doing that job, we'll be absolutely fine. Archers can probably just cover the retreat a little bit as well. That'll be perfect. So if we'll just get running. These guys are just running crazily into all over the place. That's fine. We'll just mop up those Sarmatians because they can be dangerous if they charge us. Felksmoon, once again, do go onto angry mode. Take out those Archer Warband. Okay, that's fine. Swing back into those guys. archers get over there. Think we've got this under control. Get ourselves reorganised for the actual city army. Down goes the general, which is excellent. I didn't realise we hadn't actually killed him until now. But Squeaky Voice is celebrating that, which is marvellous news. Just got to clear off these guys. We know that this works out in our favour in general. It's a little bit awkward to do, but hey ho, it is what it is. The rest of this has got it all cleared up. Reinforcements are heading in. We'll just get the cav to chase them off, and the infantry can also run back to the main lines. Excellent. Okay, we seem to largely be in position in time here. We've got the phalanxes into position. Get your phalanxes down. Someone actually did rout, which is a shame. That shouldn't really be happening, but it did. Let's get the rest of these to go and clear him out, but I think we'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, get the Falxman over here. Falxman over here. And the generals can do this likewise, just to make sure we're covering that part of the battle map. Looks like we managed to run here in time. They have been running themselves, I believe. But they are a few more archers actually in this army. Some axemen as well. We are in such a nice position. Oh, it's lovely to have a good bit of geography going on in the map. We might shit our own guys in the back a tiny bit. That's why I just want to be slightly over the hill, if at all possible. Now, these guys are just going to run into there. Excellent. Archers need to shoot down their horse archers. Scythian mercs, yeah, you need to go down, Scythian horse archers can go down. Perfect. Right, how are the cav doing, by the way? It looks like they've mostly done their job. No worries there. Send the infantry just to run into their archers, but at this point, I think we've mostly cleared them out anyway, so it's just time just to run forward, I think. Archers can just focus on them, or indeed, over here, focus on them. Lovely stuff. Looks like we're going to have Porolisium all under control pretty soon. A much cleaner battle than at Gettai. Bit of fun geography as well. I do like it when you've got yourself a nice cliff here. Managed to turn our army around in good time. Few of our pikes got themselves shot down, but you know what? They're doing a decent enough job. Time to mop them up. And with the last few men mopped up, it's 93% of them dead to 17% of ours. Always take a few losses to Scythia with their missiles, but quite happy with that. And with that, we do officially take over the city. We'll burn it to the ground, of course. And with that, we'll just see what the Julii are doing as we are getting ourselves prepped towards attacking them. They are, of course, getting themselves prepped towards attacking us. Excellent. Well, we'll have to do a little bit of a fight with them. And likewise, some Scipiones need dealing with too. But as for Scythia, this is a much, much better situation. So Prepare is our allies over here. Yes, the Dacians have at least managed to sweep northward, which is very nice for us. What we probably want to do is have a quick look at the town, actually. But we can actually train most of our troops, so we can do some retraining while we're here. The Hall of Heroes. What temple have they got? They've got Epilogue, which is morale bonus like ours, so we can actually upgrade that straight to Ares. We'll get ourselves the wall first, but that's nice. They do have the equivalent temple. Eptapa got himself married. He was our man of the hour from down in Greece at some point, wasn't he? In the Peloponnese, I believe. Brincanios, there we are as well, and a bit of shipwright, and a master hunter. Excellent. Well, we'll get ourselves retrained, reorganised. Looks like they are sending some reinforcements over to Campus Scythia as well. We might have a similar battle to deal with there, but I think we'll be absolutely grand. Interesting. The Julii have come with an offer of ceasefire. I'm demanding 10,000 for the ceasefire. They actually are going to counter-offer with something, so you know what? We might as well see if we can do a little bit of something here. Why not? Let's have some of their filthy, filthy money. Yay! I am sure that shouldn't neutralise the other ones, but I don't mind a turn or two before inevitably the war starts again. See, expand Sparta. Okay, we're going to be spending our money on this kind of thing. Excellent. Now, we are now one turn away over in the north of dealing with Campus Scythia. There was a force here who probably should be able to reach us at this point. Yes, just with Julii for the time being. I don't know if that will activate the others, but we will see about that. Now, we are gathering some of our, onagers over here in this part of the world, which is a lovely news. So we'll just keep on sending them. Probably should just go there, sir, because then you probably have better movement. So yeah, we'll just get all of them over there. We don't need it for this, but we'll send it over to Tanay, and then we can get them moving onward in those directions. So we'll have the onagers to splatter them in the future, which is good news indeed. We'll just get another one of those boats over there, just to make sure that we're in a good position. We do, of course, have much better control of the seas these days. There's one Pontic bit over there. Just trying to keep an eye on all of this. It doesn't seem like the Romans are, yes, in a particularly strong position at this point. So we'll just continue sinking all of them. We'll see if our, yes, Roman foes want to bother attacking us now that I've got ceasefire with the Julii. But to be honest, not the worst thing. I've kind of been gathering these forces together. We've pushed one away, but we might just need to think about how we're going to push forward here. It's actually, in theory, a very good time to attack because they've just seemed to have lowered their guard, actually. They're now sending troops in this direction because of the ceasefire. That's fine, and we'll mop them up when we get a better opportunity. As for other news, the Pontics might actually do it this time. This general with 9 experience and he's a scythe chariot for reasons might still manage to hold, but they were sending more armies. They've sent them away now. Who knows? Pergamum has itself plenty of pikes. We have been hiring up troops here. We are very much set to defend if we need to. Pergamum just needs to actually grab one of our boats around here and just make sure we send some of these pikes over to Halicarnassus because they will need it more. They don't really have the training facilities. Things are looking pretty darn solid. Going to send our very old faction leader off on a little jolly in this part of the world, mainly just to lay down a couple watchtowers, but he is going to wander into Roman territory for the short term just to get himself back across this bridge. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of my land. That spot's probably a good one to make sure that is all safe. Okay, you Dacian, my allies. We are obviously just going to get this wall sorted before I send this army off too madly, but we can at least hire up a few more pikes to defend this. And to be honest, the likes of these guys can probably now move up to Porolisium because that's now much more of a border town, and Bonazora is much safer. A couple more archers actually wouldn't be the worst idea. Actually, we don't need to worry about that because Bonazora has that same temple, so we'll get those guys there. But the archers can at least go over there. And Javelinmen, though, are going to be running off together. You want to make sure we got the missile troops trained over in those Macedonian temples. The Scythians have managed on the final turn once again to get some troops in to reinforce Scythian noble archers. Pretty much a doom stack of those is all you need, quite frankly. Chosen Archer Warband, a doom stack of those will also do the job quite nicely. And the Axemen are very, very good, it should be said, but not really in isolation like that. Palkas in the town itself does have a couple more of these Chosen Archer Warband and more archers. Very few actual Scythian Horse archers, just a few units of the noble lads. There are some dogs though, so be aware of that, Thomas. Maybe stay behind our lines. Those, of course, are reinforcements. They're not coming from behind me this time, come from the side. Let's not worry about that too much. We'll clear off the main guys and we'll finish them off. One unfortunate problem with this battle is that they have the noble archers, which are presumably very long range, are they? Yeah, so they're the long range bows. We don't really have much of an option with that. It doesn't mean we're going to have to start moving our archers into a slightly vulnerable position. We did see this was a problem before, but it is what it is. All of these can just shoot them. We'll just get one of them to focus on that. A couple cav just swing out to the flanks over there. Chosen Archer Warband are also a problem, by the way, but less of a direct immediate issue than the noble archers. So I'm gonna not worry about that so much and continue to get these guys around into that position over here. So you get yourselves around the back. So long as we have the option to charge these axemen, I'll stick with that. That's fine. You go on to skirmish, but you javelin them. They're now cleared out. Don't worry about any of that nonsense. Fine. We're going to lose way too many to all of this nonsense. I think at this point, Chosen Archer Warband, throw the javelins into them. I think we've largely got them gone. Okay, they're gone. They're gone. Good. Archers, just get yourselves back behind the lines for now. Cavalry, charge them down. No need to worry. Good. First army dealt with, and the main army is now coming in. Hopefully we haven't lost too much there, but we did take a good peppering. 2% killed. Not as bad as I first feared. There we are. Charging those noble archers. If nothing else, we're going to keep them busy. Cretians likewise. Yes, charge out of the forest. Arr! And they'll at least turn their back if they don't get caught. And actually, that's nice. We might just catch them. Lovely stuff. Pokey Pokey goes to the general because he's an utter numpty. They're running away. Woohoo! Right, Falksman on this side. Possibly could have done the same job, but it's fine. You guys run them down. In general, there's not a lot we can do other than just... Yeah, you send out the cav. And if they regroup, that's good. We can chase them down more. Yeah, it looks like a couple of them are going to regroup. So just in the cavalry to clear off them. And as long as their cavalry's gone, I'm quite happy with the rest of us. We're in a pretty solid position. Keep the archers back where they should be. These Falksmen are not in a clever position, especially for men with no shirts, let alone no armour. Same with these guys. Get yourselves back behind the lines. We'll let them regroup, come in and die once again. Another imperious victory for us there. Eptapper proving his worth once again. A man of the people. And hopefully a man of Campus Scythia. And that was, of course, their capital. With that, we'll burn them all into the dirt. Okay, and even our ships up in the Adriatic over there are doing pretty well. It's got to that point of the game now where they're giving us useless young generals. Not only barren, he's a poor farmer, he's testy. Untouched by Fear is nice though. Fond of Robot Rhymes is also nice, and he's got some command talent. So a bit of a mixed bag. Excellent beard for 16, it should be said. So although he's not doing so well on the top of his head. So an interesting man, it should be said. But we are now getting ourselves more and more of our beautiful onagers onto the boat. So yeah, with them joining the party, we're going to send them over in this direction, and we'll see if we can join the party. So Campus Scythia probably does need a little bit of a retrain, so we'll sort all of that out. We'll get the walls built. But with the army over from Porolis, okay, hi my allies. Just going to hire up a load of local mercenaries because I could do with them. Also, it also really looks like you're not going to be my allies for much longer. Can't help but notice that. Oh, Germania are dead. That was slightly scary because obviously I was playing as Germania on the live stream. That was yesterday at time of recording the end of this epilogue, so that slightly scared me for a moment. How are they dead? What's killed them? Okay, Julii and Thrace are now at war. Oh yes, of course. Of course, that boat battle was just them declaring war on me once again. Okay, so that lasted long, didn't it? I hope I got... did I get one turn on... Did I only get one turn on my 2 turns payment? I don't know. Anyway, all is fine. We'll get ourselves our dockyards over here. We'll sort out everything else. I'm sure it's all grand. We don't actually need that there. We, at this stage, though, probably can just whack up the tax rate a little bit and have a little look around the Empire. We're just sort of standing around now at Capua. We have cleared out some armies in the meantime, by the way. This guy is just mopping up so many fleeing Romans. It's ridiculous. He's got 6 experience now, just from really doing no actual battling, just mopping them up on the battlefield, which is marvellous news. No one can break through our phalanxes at all. It is absolutely glorious. So, yes, we are getting some troops retrained in this part of the world. So, we'll continue the good cycle of troops coming from this part of the world. Archers are going slightly the wrong direction, actually, because I want them over here in the short term. But all is fine. We'll just get ourselves organised over here. A few more reinforcements over towards Porolisium, which might well need it, as it turns out. Probably one of the most important battles of the Scipioni here. Basically, win this and the path should be clear, with reinforcements coming from the east. Very experienced pikemen, archers and militia cav. I'm pretty much ready to assemble the extra force, so if we can win this one, we'll be in excellent position. Up in the north, I did decide Batavia might as well be under siege as well. So I think at this stage, yeah, this is pretty much a win this, and the Romans look very, very much under my thumb. Well, in comes some pointy rocks to smash the general. Immediate death. Excellent news, and with that we can go back to fire and just do whatever we want. I would have this hill here, but I accidentally pressed start battle immediately, so we had to do a bit of last minute reorganising. So there's no particular positioning going on here, but there is of course two armies. We do need to be fairly sensible and careful about all of this. But on the plus side, we have taken out the general immediately, so we're in a pretty good position to hopefully knock out these units. They're still mostly using the old troops here. A few light auxilia dotted around, a few war dogs. That'll be okay, I think, considering the fact that we did the pikes at the front, so I think that should be too much of a problem. We might though actually get the archers to start shooting at those ballistas if they're going to be in range, because we might actually, if we're lucky, get in range of those guys. We've just about reached our line and they're going to start charging on in, so let's go and get our Falksmen onto loose, I think, but then going to run out and meet these cav. Roman cavalry aren't going to be allowed to take that flank. Same needs to be over here. We'll just get these guys into this position. Do war cry for a split second just to try and catch them, but I think the equite should hopefully be dealt with. They are immediately fleeing, as I was kind of expecting to happen, to be honest. Let's just plough through them with the cav. Yeah, these cav have done the job as well. Excellent stuff. And let's get these guys to run on forward into those light auxilia. Excellent stuff. Go off flaming, just shoot at the ballista. Into those Roman cav. To be honest, I'm not too worried about the general situation, but you never know. You never know with this. You go and chase them down. As much as we can chase right now would be excellent. Although there's dogs. Oh no. We're back to the dogs again. Ugh. Okay, get the cavalry out of there. Get the cavalry out of there, and the infantry can, at the very least, do a little bit of work. Where are you going, by the way, sir? Get yourself back in position. And you, I've been telling you to get out of there for a while. The dogs again. It'll be fine. At this point, the second army is indeed coming in, so we need to make sure we are, laying some good fire in. It looks like we'll just let the honours do what they want, actually, but looks like they're mainly back behind the lines now. The cavalry seem to be in position. One unit of Illyrians still actually needs to be rejigged, so maybe those guys can move forward, but I think we should be looking pretty solid with the second force coming in. Light auxilia are going to do a little bit of javelin through, but they're going to break before they can actually achieve a thing. I think we might have broken the back of the Scipione here, because I don't think this army is going to do all that much. We'll get the war cry ready. Just make sure we clear off the little equite general, who I think has already poked at us. Down goes the general, hacked away once again. Excellent stuff. And it does look like they are melting like the proverbial cheese. Quite a few routing units in the middle of all of this. Cavalry, you just need to get yourselves charging down, because I don't actually have very much in terms of cav. So they're getting melted by some auxilia, which makes sense because they are indeed auxilia, Thomas. So get these cav around the side just to go in, do a bit of mopping up, if indeed that is possible. But at the moment, looks like our infantry is dealing with those Astarte. I think it might just be time to start walking slowly towards what's left. There's an early legionary cohort, and that might be the first of those we've seen. At this stage, I think if we just start slowly plodding towards them, we should be in a good position. We have crushed the enemy. We obviously did lose a fair few troops there in that battle. Mostly cavalry, to be honest. It's a heroic victory, and with that, the road to Capua is looking more and more open. Also an interesting fair over at Batavium, where we have the Julii attacking us with 3 different forces. All a little bit awkward, to be honest. But we will go and, at the very least, clear out as many of this first force as we possibly can. It does look like they are lacking some forces, actually, so we should have the numbers here to mop all of this up. And with a little war cry and a charge across the side like this, I'm sure we absolutely have it. Yeah, just start sending these guys flying across. General is down, and I think we've seen enough of these Roman battles to know how most of this generally goes. So I think at this point these two can probably get out of phalanx and desperately draw up our new line, which is going to be something like that. Excellent. A glorious victory for us then. That should be Batavium cleared, and that should hopefully be the end of any real resistance to the Romans. I think we've got their number. If I'm going to show you any more of the Roman war, then it might as well be for the Eternal City herself. whereby Marcus Maxentius does come along at the age of 70, but as faction leader with 7 experience cav. That could be a bit tough to take out. There's a bit of a battered force here that we've already taken on in an earlier battle that I don't think I've shown you. But as for Northern Italy, well, we have been mopping it up. The Julii, quite frankly, have had very, very little to stop me, especially since we took over Batavium. We're just really mopping up through those territories. So let's head into Rome and let's see if we can take them down. Hilariously, because we're at Rome, we can kind of see it, I think. Is that supposed to be Vesuvius kind of bubbling in the... Bubbling, definitely not the right word. Smoking in the background. It might supposed to be that, you know. That could be quite funny. Anyway, we're going to get ourselves immediately in a position to just jump on the reinforcements because I cannot be facing both these armies together. So we're going to make sure we deal with these. The others are actually quite far back. I imagine they... either going to flank or we're going to join up together. I don't really know, but at this point we should probably just focus all fire on this general, which is what I'm telling the Onager to do, but we will see about that because I really don't want this guy to do... Yes, that's what we need. Really don't want this guy to get some big hits in because this general is absolutely massive amount of heavy cav, and the Marian reforms, I remind you, have taken place, so we really need to, yeah, just be careful about all of this. Make sure you throw your javelins in, and I'm just going to get actually these guys onto Loose, onto Warcry, and these guys onto Loose and onto Warcry, and I'm kind of happy. Can we even shoot our onagers from here? Not sure we can shoot into these guys. Oh, they have... Oh, yeah, they have their own onager, don't they? I need to go and deal with that. Get those cav over there and we need to mop them up. These guys, just go and deal with those Triarii. They're going to charge on him. Okay, that's fine. These guys are going to come in and help as well. But there are phalanxes there, and that should be absolutely fine. These guys failed to do what they were supposed to do, which is get around the back. So go and mop them up. Hopefully, they will hold. Over there, that's doing its job. These guys just need to run out to the flank, and hopefully we're going to have these dealt with pretty soon. The AI is going for flame, which is quite unusual in my experience. Okay, you head for them. You head across the line. Is that the general? It is indeed the general. Lovely stuff. That's just what we want to see. Go and get these cattle. They are getting in here quickly, actually, aren't they? Okay. With the main, with these main units having done their job, I think we just need to turn the pikes around right now. The pikes are going to turn around right now into like this sort of position. Actually, we really need them to be... we need the onagers ready, and ideally we do it there, but these guys are not cleared out yet. So we're going to have to clear them out momentarily. Folksmen are... You know what? The Folksmen are going to come clear them out right now. So let's actually just get these two guys to just rearrange them like that and get these pikemen right in front. That will do. Run into position right now. The Folksmen are going to go and do this job. We're going to go and get on top of this general with our general. We'll just finish him off. We are hopefully going to win that little counter over there. That's a starty. We're getting ourselves stuck in some there we go. Down goes the general. I thought he was actually already dead, but that might have been a different one. Okay, interesting. So, I need to rearrange all this. We are getting a few breaks on our side as well as their side on this occasion. Militia cavalry are just running in like mad dogs. There are no dogs on this occasion, actually, which is good news. Falksman, you get into the early legionary cohort, please. But the rest of us can just pull ourselves back behind the lines. Falksman are doing some job out on that flank against the Triarii. We should just really use these. Yeah, the Falksman have gone there. Let's just make sure our flanks are secure with this cavalry here. But in general, I think we are doing okay. You two focus fire on them. Archers over here need to continue picking sensible targets, particularly just any particular infantry that we need to get on top of. This is not a particularly good battle for these guys, but if we can get in behind, we might just cause them a little bit of chaos. Alright, we seem to have lost our Falcons out there, but we did do the first and foremost important job, which was clearing them out. Praetorian cohort are gradually working their way through here. We lost our Illyrians on the first part of the battle, so we had the backup infantry there. There's only like a couple of those guys left. Archers are actually aiming at them, but he's now running away. He is now running away. It's just Velite. It's pretty much just Velite. I think we got this. We've totally got this. This is excellent. Right, don't lose the cav. Just get these cav to do the mopping up. They need to do mopping up. Just run through it all and make sure they go down. We'll get on top of them. This general... Did he run into Terraria? You ran into Principes? Don't shoot our own general, you flaming onager nut. Okay. General is just going to mop up that guy. Let's not worry about any of that. Okay, Velite back there. Archers, don't shoot my general. You need to pick a different target, damn it. Someone else. Right, I think the job is largely done, but we will just need to mop up what is remaining. Well, that was an absolute crushing at Rome. We might not quite take it with that left, but we've essentially done the job here, and we can finally finish focusing on Scythia. We have indeed taken the city of Rome. Well, with that, SPQR are gone, which is excellent. Good Greek courage has laid low these enemies and brought them utter destruction. Our armies have a right to be proud of their achievement, and indeed they will be proud, for there is an eagle of Rome. How marvellous that's going to go and sit in Capua, which is excellent news. Just to let him to go, we do have a good full stack here in Ariminum, which is ready to head ever onwards. But we just need to get a bit of a force to sit in the town in the meantime. We are moving over in this direction towards Massilia, but that's not really what we're here for, is it? No, we are over here instead in Tenay. I've sent over my onagers, got a few more extra auxiliary troops hovering around this part of the world, ready to head on further north. Doesn't look like there's an awful lot left over there, so yes, this will be our next old attack. We will bombard it with onager fire, but we'll just see if there's you know what, I think a fourth onager would be nice actually. Let's hit the summations out. We don't want to waste them in a battle like this. We'll give it one more turn and we'll head into there and knock it down. Let's head into Tenay then. They do have themselves a few troops to worry about, but to be honest, I think we're going to do a lot of bombarding since we brought the onagers all the way over here. So, a few archers to bear in mind, but shooting them from range should be good fun. And we hit the general with our first hit. That is absolutely spectacular. I actually just turned it off flaming arrows just to shoot this wall. Wasn't ready for that at all. Oh, that is magnificent. Oh, I think we shot into the trees once, but that was the first hit and it took him out. Just marvellous. Okay, we're just going to knock a few more holes in the wall here, but you know, I'm very, very happy with that. With flaming shots coming in, they are starting to move some archers forward to shoot us down. I think we might actually have got in range of them, unfortunately, but we are going to send our lads in to shoot them. I think we've got such overwhelming firepower here that there's nothing that they can do. There might have been much left of this city by the time we actually get here, because we are starting to burn more and more of it down, and if I'm frank, they are now starting to bunch more and more of their lads together here, which is just excellent because here comes... Oh, what a move! They dodged that perfectly. Okay, archers, 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 archers. Not you. Rest of you, don't get ahead of yourselves. Let the onagers do their filthy, filthy, filthy business. Oh, that's just what we want. There's another good-looking boulder coming on in. Yes, that's what we all came here to see. Well, we're just about now run out of our missiles and we're up to 56%. That's just the onagers and the occasional archer fire. You can see we don't use that many arrows, just so they come close enough that then we start to do so. Okay, let's just get these guys right about there. That's absolutely fine. We're going to now get our pikes into the city. And as the pikes get themselves into position, I'm sure the archers will give them a bit of support. But yeah, I think we might just set them to run. Get ourselves in at this point. These guys can do the same over here, just deal with that unit over there. And with them getting into position, it looks like our other archers can probably get themselves into the city as well. Lovely stuff. Some nobles are going to come in just to give us an old poke, but they're pretty much already dead. Excellent. Oh, this is just perfect. Get the archers into the city and we'll slowly work our way towards the centre. Well, I do think this is the perfect way to end all of this, isn't it? We just need to send in the onagers and plenty of archer support to shoot down all of the Scythians. And I think we might just send in the general to go and take the plaza, but I think the archers, the Cretians, will have the job done. Apparently, not quite. There is one last barbarian warlord there, and the Cretians may or may not manage to do it. It was indeed the general who finished it, and with that, a glorious victory for us. Look at those onager kills. Only 11 for them. Interesting. Bit of a failure, my good sir, but oh well. Some experience gained for these guys. Lovely stuff. Interesting, up in Campus Samarte, I just sent really just a bunch of random extra troops. I had completely fresh general. We're actually going to have to take on a force now, which isn't really what the plan was, but we're going to give it a go. We're going to take them on with their own mercs. Let's see how this ends up. A simple enough affair at the start here. We got some Sarmatians smashing into the backs of the axemen, just long enough for the pikes to get into position. Looks like the archers are being dealt with by my javelin cav. And, oh, their general's going to charge into mine because I completely forgot he existed. To send all the horse archers in to do an extra bit of stabbing because why not, you know. It'll probably be plenty enough to finish him off. So we'll charge in these guys. Axemen have been dealt with. Down goes their general to his own mercenaries. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Excellent. Reinforcements are going to be appearing at some point. Where are they in this kind of a direction? Fine. We'll get ourselves set up and hopefully shoot them down too. The second army is coming on in. I'm going to take out these Scythian noble archers immediately if I can do. Sarmatians of my own are charging on in, and that's taken him out as well. Excellent. And with that, hopefully we can figure out where in the forest everyone else is. Here they are. And just charge on down the hill into them. Get these guys back onto skirmish mode. Archer warband are trying to chase down the Scythians there, but no, the horse archers will be quite happy. Chosen archers do also need to get demolished, so a little bit of a charge into them. But to be honest, mostly I can't see, but mostly I see dead Scythians. Excellent work here then. We've managed to shoot down the Scythians with their very own people, and with that, they should be down to just the one final city. And I'm assuming they still have some generals around, so won't die. That might be it. It is not. We've still got to head all the way over there, and in the meantime, lots and lots of horrible boat battles of the Romans continue. Well, this looks to be the key and final battle for the Scythians. They've sent their army out of Campus Alani, and indeed, they're going to take us on. They do have some onagers in this army, chosen archer warband. To be honest, it's not bad, but it's just way too small. The leader himself, he doesn't have a huge amount. +2 command for cavalry, a line of sight, some ambushing. Actually pretty good, all things considered, considering, yeah, he actually has 0 command technically, but +1 morale. Can't complain about that, I suppose. Let's head on in, and let's see if we can take him down. Because they do have themselves an onager as well in the distance, so we need to bear that in mind, but we will just start shooting away. It's pretty very sensible for them to start turning around and try and make our phalanxes be pointless, but you know, it's absolutely fine. We'll just turn the rest of our forces. We'll just leave the onagers where they are, get everyone else to shuffle on around. That's no problem by me. Get these guys onto, you know what, I'm just going to leave those guys out there. We're just going to go and assassinate them. That's absolutely fine. Send those 2 cav to go and deal with them. Get at least a couple of them to just aim for the general, and we'll start bombarding them. Excellent. They seem a little bit distracted right now by my cav. They so should be, and here comes the bolt that kills the general. Oh, was not far away. Was not far away. Some nations plough into the general, and the Scythian mercenaries are terrible. What a hit. I think we mostly got our own. Actually, no, it looks like a lot more orange there. A lot more orange. Did break us, unfortunately. But you know what? It was well worth trying to take out that Onager. That was good fun. Obviously, our range is much shorter than theirs, so we do need to send in all of our archers to do a little bit of damage. And there comes some colossal hits on the general. Well, it's lovely when you have 4 because you notice the ones that are actually vaguely accurate, and it means you can actually have fun with the rest of them. The archers need to immediately move back behind the line, so please go and do that. These guys are just going to chase them down. That's fine by me. Flaming bolts coming in. This is how the Scythians die. To rapturous applause of all of this hilarity. Onager applause. It's just magnificent. These guys got themselves completely caught up in chaos. Not paid anywhere near enough attention to my cav. All my cav is running away today. Excellent stuff. One of them has managed to make it over there though, which is good news. One day we might actually get somewhere in this battle. The general is fleeing. He's probably going to get shot down by some arrows, I would suspect. And I think there is another general in the field because we did have a small poke on the way here, but we just shot them down, so we don't need to worry about them. General is now running through. These cavalry are broken as well on the peasants. That's just excellent news. And I think at this point, archers, just get yourselves forward. Get shooting like crazy. An old cav that still remains. Maybe. Oh, what a hit! Absolutely spectacular. I love it. Okay, the general's going to escape. We'll take him on in the city to finish things off. But you know what? I think it's absolutely fine. Send all the cav into this guy over here. The archers are coming on in anyway. We're now shooting our own men in the back, which is excellent. This is the least efficient battle of the day, it must be said, but I'm kind of enjoying it. So I'm just going to embrace the madness. Love the fact that they're calling that heroic. It is far from heroic, but the few men who survive will be shot down in the city. Well, we can of course move straight on into the city. Not only the gates are open, but we have the onagers to do it. Who did make it back in the end? Couple lads here who just need to get shot down. 76 years old. It's a sad way to go. Some very experienced horse archers. That maybe explains why my guys got batted away last time. Anyway, let's shoot them down. If you can't remember, the Scythians were particularly perfidious in their betrayal of us. They, of course, were once our allies. They not only got us to turn our back on our fellow allies, the Dacians, when they attacked them, but they immediately turned around and attacked us, which I thought was very rude indeed. So I think this is really the only fair way for all of this to end, especially if we can just about hit them with our flaming shots. So those 7 horse archers do need to go down. I'm actually going to go and send mine forward just to make sure we mop them up as much as possible, though. Yeah, we do want to be hitting this guy with a flaming shot. We almost managed to kill him. That would have been excellent, but alas, it's not quite to be. We're getting closer and closer, though. 49%, and I think, oh, that's a shame. These guys can't really get any closer. We'll just have to do what we can. The smoking ruin of the city is slowly falling to us, but I really want him to go down to Onager fire if possible. Interestingly, he's actually being pulled in by the archer fire right now, and these guys are not doing a very good job of running away. Actually, why not? Pin them there. Pin them there. Hopefully we'll land the hit that we want like that. Excellent. I think we got archer fire potentially. We're not actually bothering to shoot him. Okay, we'll put the archer fire on, but most importantly, we want one of these shots to hit. We're just burning our own line here. This is excellent. Now they decide to charge it. Oh, perfect. This is how it goes down. The general's got shot as well. This is just excellent chaos. I absolutely condone every moment of it. I think we've got the battle. I wouldn't worry too much about it, ladies and gents. Maybe flaming arrows. Let's kill him with fire. Let's kill him with fire. They might well push their way through with all of this. We somehow didn't hit him. Somehow that wasn't him that we just hit. Oh, that's so disappointing. Flaming shots in the rear. Oh, that is a lot of fire. Not quite enough. Well, we've killed 93% with the Onager fire, so I guess we'll just have to kill them with, you know, good old-fashioned fire. So we'll turn these guys off skirmish, turn them off fire at will, and we'll just line up the final shot. I say line up, we're not actually in range. Guys, you might actually need to get a little bit closer for this. There we go. And down the perfidious fools will go to fire. Somewhat go down to fire. A little bit. Oh, he's going to go for one last heroic charge. Fair enough, Steve. Fair enough. Go for it. Flaming shots coming in. You're supposed to die to fire. Please die to... No, he's going to run away from the fire. Will it never end? Will it never end? Keep shooting him down. The last few horsemen charge on in, and please tell me we've got the fire needed to take him out. He's... Oh, yes, that is just magnificent. That's the second lad. Let's get the final guy, please, chaps. In comes what should be the final set of arrows. Wow, this guy's hard to kill. Come on, maybe one more will do it. Down he goes, the very last of the Scythian generals. And he was the last man in the city, so fair play to him. Fair play to him, but most of the city is somewhat burnt down. There's no more heroes. We burned down the Hall of Heroes as a statement of our great victory. We dragged these darn onagers all the way across the steppes and the plains of Eastern Europe. And down goes Campus Alani, and most importantly, Scythia. Gone. Our empire is a little bit more stretched than it's supposed to be. But there we are. There we are. What started out as really a few simple guides to the short campaign has turned into all of this. We actually only need 14 more to win, which is kind of ludicrous. The Empire is looking good in general, it should be said. One rebel over there I need to deal with. We've taken over Sicily, by the way. The Scipioni are dead. Carolus has rebelled. I've said to the Julii, I can't be bothered with them. Although the Britons are now attacking us because, of course, they would. Why would they not attack the rest of the Romans on their borders first? Of course, they're attacking me. But we do have friends. We do have friends. We have the Pontic allies who are currently eyeing up Pergamum. Not sure they'll be able to take it, but they're apparently friends. I do love that this guy's still alive, by the way. 9 experience, Gyrus the mean. I'd say Gyrus the damn hero. 55. Eventually, when he dies, Seleucids will be gone because they don't seem to have any other family members or regions. But fair play to them for holding out this far. Well, this has been magnificent. The live stream series went exceptionally well. Apart from, obviously, the slight disaster at Getae, we had a pretty flawless run at playing as Thrace. Certainly not an easy campaign, but surprisingly good for taking out the Romans if you know what you're doing. Just try not to let them get to marrying reforms because, yes, that battle at Rome, I had a little bit more of a chunky affair there simply because they did start to have a few Praetorians and early legionary cohorts. So don't let the marrying reforms take place. But other than that, you should be absolutely fine and dandy. And now our empire stretches from Marseille all the way over to the Caspian Sea, which is currently a little bit miserable. There we go. Much happier now. I think this is a good place to leave it. This epilogue has been much longer than anticipated, but you know what? We had to go all the way out and finish the job properly, and that we did. If you want a slight tantalising thought of what might be to come in your dreams tonight, should you want to dream of more Thracians, well, just know that Mukazeus over here is heading with his onagers and his archer friends over to the Amazonian chariots. But that will be for my eyes only. Thank you very much for joining me in all the live streams. They've been magnificent, and it's sad to say goodbye to this campaign, but if you've enjoyed it, then obviously do make sure you're following the Germania series, which has just started at the time of the recording of this. So I will leave you. I'm Tiz. This is Tenez Human, and this has been our Thrace, originally short campaign. Thank you, and goodbye.
Go, my puppies, go! Hunt down the German dogs.
My chariots are complete lunatics. Stop charging into the spears. Stop charging into the spears. Why do these guys not break? Everyone else has fled. Go home. Go home. What is happening at the chariots?